Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today what I want to do is let's go over getting A2P submitted and getting it approved through GHL. So since the beginning of the year, January 1st, 2026, there's been a ton of rejections. Actually, I had one of my campaigns rejected like 4 times in a row. And each time I spent hours in Zoom meetings with GHL support, did my own research, some of the communities I'm a part of, and it's been kind of a hectic undertaking. However, I think I found the solution. So what I want to do is share it with everybody. And this is after spending an hour and a half on senior level support at GHL. And so let me walk through what I've been able to do and how I was able to get my last campaign approved. So we're going to go through this beginning to end. So first what we're going to do is, here's a company I have that I need to set up a phone system with. So what we're going to do is head over to settings and then head over to phone systems. And the first thing we need to do is get a phone number. So as that's, I'm just going to go ahead and hit load here, add phone number. And when you're looking for a phone number, I always like to use the filter, especially with local numbers. You know, we're going to choose my local number here, which is Nashville, and any part of them, I'm going to choose the first part for the area code. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. And then we're going to search through and try to find a number that we want. So sometimes you look for like these vanity style numbers, right? 999, that's a good number to have if you're looking for it. Now for me, I already kind of have one picked out here. So I'm just going to go ahead and let me see here. So here we go, 880-6303. So this is one I had already searched for earlier. So we're going to go ahead and buy this. And we're going to begin verification. When you do this here, you can choose another device. So I like to use my cell phone. So when you click other device, I'm going to go ahead and scan this with my phone now. And so I'm going to scan the QR code. Whoops, let me move my mouse off that. So there we go. Scan the QR code with my phone. Now this is going to go ahead and launch the web app on my phone. And I'm going to choose whichever method I want. And they typically want a driver's license or a passport, and then it's actually going to take a video, or kind of a photo / video of you, of your actual face. So let me finish this up and then we'll come back. Okay, so now that we finished that up, let's go ahead and in the phone system here, let's start the A2P process. So when we click start registration, there's 2 parts to this. First, there's the brand registration, and then it's the campaign registration. So for the building the business part of this is the brand part of this. When we hit continue, this is where we're going to fill in all the information for the business. So the you're going to put the business type here, EIN. You're going to put the EIN in there, the type of industry, the business email, website, and then the legal name up here, the full legal name of the business. And then we'll hit continue. And then this is where we're going to have the business address. So we're going to put in the country, state, city, zip code, mailing address, and it has to match. Make sure all this information matches your actual documents. So if you get it filed, make sure everything's exactly the same. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. We're going to have your authorized representative here. So put the first name, last name. We're going to put in the phone number here, and then the position, usually the CEO of the company, whoever is going to be the representative. So let's go ahead and hit continue. I typically always put low volume standard, and we're going to go ahead and hit acknowledge, and then let's go ahead and hit continue. All right. So now that we're done with the brand being submitted, the next part is the campaign part. Now this is the part that really gets tricky. And so what I want to do is kind of go through this very carefully. So first part is use case description. I actually created a full SOP here, and this is what worked for me. This is the exact verbiage that I submitted on the last one here, and it worked. Now we're not going to just use this completely blindly, should I say. So what we're going to do is let's head over to ChatGPT, and this is what I recommend for everybody. So we're going to start a new one saying, I need help submitting A2P verification for a company. We're going to do Nashville Karting Group. So I have that as my prompt. So this is what we're going to be doing. And so the first thing that we're going to do is, let's go back to this screen here. So it's the use case description. Okay, so I'm going to say the first part is the use case description. Here is the company's website. And then if you hold the shift key and hit enter, it'll go down. If you hit enter, it'll actually just submit it. So let's do this here. Let's go back over here. Let's go find the website for the company. Let's go ahead and copy this. And then let's head back over. Whoops, why do I keep going to that screen here? Let's go back to ChatGPT. So now we have that. Again, we just want to give, the more information we can give this, the better. And so we also want to go over here, and I'm going to provide links to all these. This is something that was provided, this was just written on the 21st of January by GoHighLevel, and this is all the rules on how to get your information approved, which that alone didn't get me the approval because I actually got another denial. So let's please use this, let's say document by GHL when writing all these descriptions. Okay, so all right, so now we got that document. Next one, this is the number one, according to who I spoke with, this is the number one reason that they're getting denied here. And again, I'm going to provide links to these websites. So let's go ahead and copy this one here, and then I'm going to go back to GHL and say here is a document that also should be referred to on how to submit A2P. All right. And then there's one more document I want to include. This is another high-level document, and this is all about, if we go to the top here, A2P DLC campaign approval best practices. And this one was created on the 8th. So let's go back over here. One more document about best practices for submitting A2P approvals. Okay, the very first prompt was just what our intentions are, which here I just need help writing this A2 verification for this company. And you can use the same prompt for any other business. Then we want to give more information. Let's give a website if one exists already. Whatever information you can give about the company is helpful. Then we got these two different GHL documents and then this one Twilio document. And then I'm just going to say, I just don't want it to start spitting out information. Say, let me know when you are ready for the first section I need help with. Okay, so now we've pumped all this information into the prompt and it's reviewed all this information, has it now in its repository to be able to kick out some amazing reviews for us. So, and it's already saying, let's start with the use case description, which I think is actually the first. Let's go back to the first page here, use case description. Now, again, I'm going to use what already worked for me, so I'm going to copy this, and if anybody has any questions about these documents, again, message me and I'll leave a link for all this down below. Yes, first is use case description. Here is what worked before. Make sure to include everything here. And so I'm just going to come down here, put that information in there. And here, it's going to go ahead and kick this out here. And it's saying copy this exactly. So here's exactly what we can copy. And let's come over here. We can paste this in right here. And so again, the sample that got approved before was for sending appointment information, confirmation, reminder messages with the company name on the website, and I included the website name, opted in to receive inquiry estimates, blah, 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 blah. So this one here says this campaign sends information regarding order updates, informational notifications, including confirmation, reminder messages to customers after they book an appointment, place an order, submit an inquiry on the website, and there's the website. And then let's go back over here and explicitly opt in to receive inquiry responses, service updates, event notifications, SMS communications. So there we go, it's been written. So now we need sample message 1. Again, I'll come back over here. here's my sample message I'd used before. And then let's come over here, and I'm just going to say, great. Let's start with sample message number 1. Here is what worked before. Please include all details and feel free to add as necessary. Okay, so there's my sample message 1. Perfect, so it's saying it's exactly good. It's cleaning it up here. And so let's go ahead and grab this information. I'm gonna come over here. Actually, you know what? Before we just paste this, because it does not like, in the sample messages, it does not like the custom values. So in the sample messages, please do not use custom values. Please use fictitious names for the customer. Use John for the owner or agent name. Okay, so in this particular case, they said they want to see the actual messages. So whoever the owner of the group is, whatever their name is, they want to see their name in here. So put the real name, don't make up a name. So if John's the owner, then put John. If Matt's the owner, then put Matt. Let's come back down here now. So here we go. So here's this new one here. Perfect. So I'm gonna come back over here. Let's paste this in here. Hi Jake, this is John from Nashville Karting Group. Your appointment is scheduled for July 20th. If you need to reschedule, please contact us at, we need to put our real phone number in here. So where's that phone number we just secured? Oh, there it is. 933. All right, so now that's in there. And now we need to go sample message 2. ChatGPT, great. Let's move on to sample message number 2. Here is what worked previously. All right, so I'm gonna copy this, come back over here, sample message 2. Hi David, this is John from Nashville Karting Group. We're confirming your appointment for blah, blah, blah. Reply stop to unsubscribe. Okay, so that's important to have on there, that information. So on this one, they want to see a fake name. They want to see the real company owner's name. They want to see your business name, and then press stop to unsubscribe. So I think we're all good here. And let's go ahead and move on. Actually, up here, they want to see the DBAs. I remember that as well. So let's go ahead and read for the use case description. Let me see here. For the use case description, please use the legal company name first, which is after we can just use Nashville Karting Group. Okay. All right, so here's a new one. Let's copy this, head over here, and let's paste this here. And let me see, campaign sends information updates, blah, 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 reminder, submit inquire with Velocity Console DBA, doing business as perfect on the website, perfect. All right. All right, so now we have that done. We have the sample message 1 and 2. We will have embedded links. We'll also include our phone number as we did right there. So let's go ahead and hit continue. Opt-in method. So if I go to my SOP document over here, for me, it's gonna be website form. So we're gonna choose website form. Okay. And then the form URL, what we're going to do now is actually, before I jump to that part, let's do the how to opt. Let me see here. I'm just going to copy this here. So I'm going to say, great, next section, or section is, here is what worked previously. So this is how do contacts opt in. And so this is what I actually submitted. And the areas that are yellow are what you're going to want to swap out. So I'm going to punch this in here. Let's go ahead and hit enter. And here we go. Here's the actual one. So let's clean this up. End users opt in by visiting the website, by submitting website forms, checkout forms, or appointment request forms. Users enter their phone number and must manually check a consent box agreeing to receive SMS communications related to inquiries, orders, appointment service updates. And again, this is going to be all specific to you. So if you're not doing any of this stuff, you're going to want to put all this, whatever you're doing, in here. So consent check boxes are unchecked by default. After checking the box and submitting the form, users may receive SMS reply to stopped out, help for message, and database reply. So this is all the information that needs to be inside there. And then the second part is opt-in message. So over here, again, I'm going to take this here, which is what actually worked. Next, opt-in message. Here is what worked previously. All right, here we go. Come back over here, paste that here. All right, you have successfully opted in to receive SMS messages from the recording. Okay, that's all good. Now for the website form, let's jump over here and let's close this out. I'm actually in the process of building the form. So with the form, the asterisk here means that this is a required box. So you can have anything that you want required. The things that cannot be required is the phone. You cannot have this required. So make sure that this is turned off. Then this is the exact verbiage that works. Now this is slightly modified from what GHL had recommended. So if you go to GHL's page, they actually give some recommendations here. This has been kind of modified slightly. So I agree to receive recurrent blah, blah, blah. Consent is here. This has been added actually to it. So consent is not a condition of purchase. That is something that was added from senior level support. So I added that in there. Message data rates may apply. Message frequency may vary. Apply stop opt out and help for help. So this is for the promotional and marketing purposes. Then you need a separate checkbox, which is for non-marketing text. You have to include the company name and the company phone number on this one. This one's just the company name. So I'm not changing any of this here. Actually, one thing I am going to change is I just like having the message spelled out rather than MSG. I just don't want, as we've seen, a lot of the disapprovals, the rejections have come for the smallest things. So I'm just going to make sure that everything's spelled out. So these are the two exact ones that I'm not changing at all. Again, if your situation is slightly different, then make sure that you put that information in there. So that's good there. And then the last part is, so website live, website clearly displays, any DBA information has to be disclosed on there, website URLs, opt-in method. So you want to have basically all these. So terms and conditions and privacy policy. So those ones you can actually drop in exactly on this page. Here's a privacy policy essentials. And if you come down here on this link here for GoHighLevel, here is a sample privacy policy, which I just copy this exactly. So you can copy this one here. And then the second one is the terms and conditions. So the terms and conditions, there's I think two places that are yellow that are highlighted. You're going to change those ones. Oh, maybe they updated this again. And then there does need to be, let's go to another website here. Let's go to my personal website. So on my opt-in form, if you click privacy policy, so this is the exact privacy policy that I copied and pasted. So the privacy policy is exactly the same. I didn't touch any of this stuff to get approved. When you go to and you can see my message here is the same as well. When you click on terms and conditions, one thing that they wanted to see on the terms and conditions that you're going to need to add is a link. So this right here is something that you need to add. So on the terms and conditions, make sure you add a link back over to the privacy page. Not sure, again, what the rhyme or reason is behind all this, but just make sure you have that. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish building out this form here, which is right there. I just need to get this plugged into the website. And then I'm pretty much 100% done. I'm gonna put the URL for the form there, which is gonna be on the main page, or maybe it's your contact page. So on this one here, it's on the contact page. So on the contact page, this is the existing form, which I'm gonna replace because this is an existing website. And then once that's done, then I'm gonna go ahead and hit review application and get it submitted. So that's it. That's everything that I did to get this approved. So again, I will create some links down in the description below, which includes this link to this SOP document here. So you can just copy this and paste it to help you guys out. A link to this page here, a link to this page, or excuse me, the terms and conditions and privacy policy. These will be linked inside the GoHighLevel. And this document is called How to Get Your Phone Approved in 2020, How to Get A2P Approved in 2026. I'll also include a link to this Twilio so we can avoid those verification issues. A link to the A2P 10DLC campaign, which is just the 10-digit phone number. And then for ChatGPT, again, I just recommend putting all that information into there and using that to write this out. That way, it's not just copy and pasted and get flagged by some algorithm. But that's it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave comments and I'll do my best to reply to them all. And hopefully we can all get these approved first time and stop spending, well, actually as of 2 days ago now, we just got notification that for GHL users, we are not gonna have to pay the $24 and some odd cent fee each time it gets approved, but it's still a pain because we're trying to get these out to our customers quickly. So let's get these all approved in the next, 48 hours. So again, appreciate everybody's attention. If you did like this video, please do me a favor and hit the thumbs up. And if you want to be notified of any videos that I come out in the future, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Again, appreciate it all, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.